Hey YouTubers, this is me, Monkey Dragon here, guys. This video is actually going to be a two-part video. One part is going to be create a class, and the other part is going to be game modes and maps. So yeah, if you haven't seen the game modes or maps, there'll be a link at the end of the video or an annotation at the end of the video to go see that one, and vice versa. Anyway, so let's go and begin. This video is to help you guys who are maybe just getting the game, quote-unquote, Christmas noobs. I'm going to try to guide you in somewhat of a way to maybe stuff you should avoid, this way you don't ruin yourself pretty much in the game start off, because you only get so many tokens when you first start off, and if you're planning to not prestige and you don't want to go anywhere, then you really want to save your tokens and use them wisely. Me personally, as you can see, I have 15 tokens. I know what kind of stuff I want to buy, and I know stuff you probably shouldn't want to buy. So I'm going to lead you guys in by first going through the guns. So the submachine guns that are pretty decent to buy, and keep in mind guys, this is to save as many tokens as you can, and this is just my own personal opinion on guns you should get. The reason why I'm saying that you only should get a few of these guns, or unlock some of the guns that I say, is because by the end you'll have a lot more tokens unlocked, and then you can go ahead and experiment. So first, let's go and begin with the submachine guns. The MP7 is kind of like almost like a shotgun, if you will, with damage. So do not use it in the sense of, don't put grip and, a sight and all this other kind of stuff to bring down the accuracy. No matter what you do, it's going to be inaccurate. So go ahead and roll with that. Put on like extended mags and put on long barrel. That's a pretty good attachment for it. A submachine gun that is worth buying is a PDW, the CQB, and the Scorpion. I know a lot of people say buy the MSS and the Victor because, the Victor is most accurate, but I find that the CQB is a lot more accurate, and the MSMC, a lot of people say it has great range and it's an awesome submachine gun, but if I'm looking for range, I'm going to pick a assault rifle. So the only submachine guns that are actually worth buying are the CQB, the Scorpion, and the PDW. The PDW is a pretty good, well-balanced submachine gun with a huge clip. Let's move on to the assault rifles. For the assault rifles, you don't really need to buy an assault rifle straight off the bat. The MTAR will actually hold you off for a while. It's a pretty good assault rifle. I find it's one of the more balanced ones. The Type 25, I find personally that it's like a submachine gun and an assault rifle, in the sense that it has an extremely fast fire rate, but it has the feel, look, and recoil of an assault rifle. I'm not saying that it has low recoil. It probably has the third highest recoil out of all the assault rifles, falling behind the SCAR and the AN-94. The SWAT, do not buy, no matter what anyone tells you. Believe me guys, it is not worth buying. The FAL and the SMR, sorry guys, are two of the assault rifles that are semi-automatic. You pull the trigger as fast as you can and it shoots it. If you're going to buy one or the other, just go with the FAL because it has a higher fire rate. The SMR does not have as high as fire rate. And if it's going to be a two-hit kill, why not go with the one with a higher fire rate? And personally, I prefer the FAL over the SMR. The M27 is an assault rifle worth buying. It is the most accurate assault rifle out there. It is very good, and I will highly recommend it to all of you. SCAR H, I will not recommend really to anyone because the accuracy is not there, and honestly, it's not worth even really mentioning at all. The M8A1 is probably an assault rifle. If you're looking for a burst fire assault rifle, this is an assault rifle to unlock, and it is at the lower end of the assault rifle. But personally, I would prefer the M27 over this assault rifle. But if you're looking for a burst, ignore the SWAT, get this, just wait for it. Believe me, you will fall in love with it. A94 has the highest damage, but I find the low fire rate and the high recoil make it not so usable. A lot of people like it, not me. I won't recommend it to you guys. Shotguns. Let me just say this one thing. Do not get any other shotgun. If you're planning to run a shotgun, run this shotgun. Just run long barrel on the other one, because that'll do you just fine. The S12 is not worth it. It has a very short range, and it takes quite a few shells to kill someone. And it's not worth it. The KSG shoots a slug round, as you can see there, so it's only one thing. It's not like a buckshot where it goes everywhere. It's the one slug round. And once again, not worth it. The M1216 I find once again not worth it. It's just, no, despite it being a 4-burst shotgun, believe me, it's not worth it. Out of the LMGs, do not use the MK48. If you use this gun to judge whether all the other LMGs are going to be good, that is a horrible mistake. Do not use the LMG until you can at least get the LSW. The LSW is a good representation of the LMGs. The hammer is also a very good one, but I prefer the LSAT. I will recommend that to you all day. The LSW, I consider the submachine gun of the LMGs solely because it has a high fire rate and it just has that feel of an SMG. I can take on submachine guns with this assault or with that LMG. The hammer, a lot of people like it more, but once again, it's a more mobile LMG. and it has a high fire rate with decent recoil. So I would consider it like kind of an assault rifle based LMG. It has a pretty good reload and everything. But overall, LSAT, way to go. It is absolutely beast. Out of the sniper rifles, the only one you should buy is the DSR. The Ballista and the other one, the hit kill range is from the chest up. And even though it's the XPR, even though it is, you know, a semi-automatic sniper rifle, it is not worth it, believe me, at all. Sniper rifles, you want to get that one hit kill, the DSR is the way to go. The Ballista, even though people say it's more accurate, it doesn't matter. Just on the DSR, just put on the ballistic scope, and that will do you just fine. It will make it just as good as the Ballista, because the DSR has the biggest one-hit kill range. It's from the torso up, so that's a very large one-hit kill. So the only way you'll get a hit marker is if you hit him in the hands. So even if you go, oh man, I hit him, you know, in the freaking abdomen, only if it was a one-hit kill. It's a one-hit kill with the DSR. Well worth it. Assault rifle, don't buy it. Honestly, I don't know why people do it, unless they're just planning to mess around. Honestly, it's honestly not worth it. Let's move on to the secondaries. Out of the secondaries, I personally feel that the TAC is the best semi-automatic pistol, you know, the single-fire pistols. Out of the BTR and the KPAT, the semi-automatic in the sense that you can either burst or make it fully automatic, the KPAT is probably the most overpowered pistol. It beats submachine guns and sometimes shotguns. It's a pretty insane pistol, but it's unlocked way late. The execution, let me just say this really quick, guys. It is not a Magnum. It is a freaking shotgun shell. As you can see there, it fires 12 gauge shotgun shells. The range is incredibly short, and it is just not worth it, guys. Do not use it. The TAC actually has the highest damage that is a pistol, as you can see. Okay, let's move on to the launchers. The launchers, the small is no longer what it was in the other games. It is not a straight fire, accurate RPG. Because I remember in the other games, if you aimed at someone cross-map, it would hit them cross-map. This one will actually have some sway to it now. So it's not as accurate as it used to be. So I'd probably just go with the RPG. And if you are planning to buy one, just go for the RPG. This, honestly, is replaced by Black Cat, but I will get into that later on. Out of the specials, once again, I won't recommend these. The crossbow, honestly, is a huge disappointment in the sense that even if you are running scavenger and you want to run crossbow only, since the crossbow is an explosive and he gets a kill with scavenger, if you get a kill with an explosive, that person doesn't drop a scavenger pack. Crossbow, not worth it. Okay, guys, let's move over into the perks. The perks. The only perks that are worth buying are actually really Flat Jacket and Ghost. I know I have Hardline unlocked, but that's just because it's a low-end kill streak and I said F it. But if you can hold off and you can use Lightweight until you get Flat Jacket or Ghost, those are two good perks that you want to buy. Blind Eye, honestly, is not worth buying. It truly isn't. Let's move on to perk 2. The only perks, once again, in here that are worth buying are Toughness, Fast Hands, and Scavenger Cores. Cold-Blooded and Hardwire, honestly, Counter UAV and EMP, I would rather honestly have Scavenger or Toughness over them. And Cold-Blooded being immune to the Target Finder and everything else. The Target Finder can still spot you. Their crosshairs will go red, even if you do have Cold-Blooded on. It's a little known fact. It's a little weird glitch in the thing, but Cold-Blooded, honestly, not even worth it. You don't have to worry about, you know, being seen through walls because that thing sucks. The sensor grenade sucks, so believe me, Cold-Blooded, not worth buying. Fast Hands is worth buying if you're planning to use a lot of equipment or if you have heavy weapons that are planning to switch between, you know, like LMGs and launchers, if you're planning to use those. So once again, Toughness, Fast Hands, and Scavenger, only worth buying. Perk 3, the only ones that are worth buying are Dexterity, Engineer, and Tactical Mass. The only reason why I bought Extreme Conditioning is just to test it out for a little bit, and Extreme Conditioning only gives you a boost at the spawn. And let me explain this to you just a little really quickly. Extreme Conditioning only gives you a boost for a longer duration. When you spawn in the game, you sprint for a longer duration. After you're done sprinting, you know you have the time where you can only walk and people spam to sprint again, and then you run for a little short distance. That distance does not increase. You sprint, and then you stop. You sprint, and then you stop. So Extreme Conditioning only gives you pretty much a boost when you just spawn in, or if you've relaxed for, 20 seconds or whatever the time is that, Extreme Conditioning resets. Dexterity, I would hang on to it. It's a well worth perk. Engineer, once again, if you're a low-end kill streak, guys, this is your perk for you. Because you can re-roll your care packages if you do not know with this. And this one is actually really good for you low-end guys. Solely because if a lot of people are running equipment, you can choose what kind of paths you want to avoid. Or you can say, hey man, that building is freaking lighting up like a Christmas tree, dude. I'm definitely going there, but I'm going to avoid all those, equipment around there. I'm going to go in and kill all those guys camping in there. Well worth it. Tactical Mass, well worth it for an objective-based game mode between domination, demolition, and hardpoint, because a lot of people spam flashes, grenades, and everything like that. So Tactical Mask, once again, well worth it. Let's get into the lethal, guys. The lethals, honestly, I don't really use them at all. I'd rather have, multiple perks or early beast gun. But if you are planning to use them, I would honestly keep the grenade over the Simtex, because grenade, you can cook it, you get the farther distance and everything. Combat axe, honestly, guys, is only for those people who want to say, I got a 360 tomahawk cross map. And if you're trying to be practical, don't use it. Bouncing Betty, I know you guys are like, ooh, it's a really good, basis for a claymore. But anyone that can see it or get around it, you can really crouch now and get underneath it a lot easier, so it's really not too valuable. But if you want a beast up grenade, go ahead and use the C4. And if you want, a claymore, basically, or a better version of the Bouncing Betty, get claymore. So the only one's worth buying, grenade, well, you don't buy grenade, you already have grenade. But the only one's worth buying in here is C4 and claymore. Let's get on to the tactical. This one actually has the most out of here that I'm willing to buy. Concussion is already given to you. Smoke grenade is worth buying. EMP worth buying. Shot charge worth buying. Black Cat worth buying. Tactical insertion maybe worth buying. I'll get into that a little bit. Trophy system definitely worth buying. Well, these two worth buying, definitely. Tactical insertion is really good for objective-based game modes. This way you can choose your spawn where you want to near the objective. It is really good for those reasons. Black Cat, this is what I'm going to get into about the launcher. Black Cat will replace your launcher, because launchers will show you on the minimap when you fire it off and it makes a huge explosion. Hey man, I'm over here. Black Cat, you can pull it out and use it to take out every single kind of different thing that you would want to. So Black Cat, if you would want to run a launcher, just run Black Hat, because it'll be silent and you can use it to take out anything. And it is really good in combination with Engineer, because if you're planning to run around and be a noob, and, well, not really be a noob, but if you are a noob right now and you're just starting off, run Engineer and Black Hat. Honestly, that'll probably do you pretty good. And if you can, EMP is better than Black Hat, solely for this one reason. I have a video on it, and I'll link it right now in an adaptation on the screen. EMP is really overpowered in the sense of when you throw it, everything within its radius, through walls and everything else, will detonate and be destroyed. So if you're planning to use this, or if you're planning to run a launcher, run the Black Hat, it'll do you better. If you're planning to run the Black Hat, but you were never planning to run a launcher, you see what I'm saying? Run the EMP. If you're planning to run the Black Hat, run the EMP. If you're planning to run the launcher, run the Black Hat. You see what I'm saying there? I'm not trying to say, instead of running the launcher, run EMP. No. If you're going to run a launcher, run Black Hat. That's what I'm getting across. If you're planning to maybe play in a just base game mode or hold down a zone, shot charge is definitely worth it for you. Once again, if you're playing domination or demolition, smoke grenades and trophy systems, great combination if you can. Great combination. Okay, let's move over down into the wild cards. Ones that are worth buying, ones that aren't really worth buying. The 3 perk ones are definitely worth buying, because there will be at some point within the game that you're going to want to run all 3 perks. Or not so much all 3 perks, but you're going to want to run double perks on both the perks. You see what I'm saying? Like you're going to want to run 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s at some point. Not all 3, maybe in that same succession, but yeah. Overkill, not really worth it. I was running it in one game just to F around, but Overkill, not worth it. Secondary Gunflinger, not really worth it. Primary Gunflinger, really worth it. Danger Close and Tactician, really great if you're planning to run a lot of equipment. Me personally, I do not. That's why I don't have a bot. But if you're planning to run a lot of equipment, definitely worth it. Okay, guys, and also I'm going to include ScoreStreaks, because it is somewhat of your class setup. If you guys are planning to run like Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirm, or any of the kill-based game modes, which you're really going to want to run, especially if you're running Hacker, is Care Package. Care Package is definitely a good one. UAV, Hunter Killer, Care Package, great setup to just keep on running. Once you get up there later on in higher levels, a really good setup is UAV, Care Package, Carry UAV, because then you'll start to farm it in the sense of while you're getting your UAV, by the time that your friends get 6 kills or whatever, it'll bring you nearly to your Care Package, and once you get your Care Package, as you can see, it's only a 50-point difference, and you get a kill, boom, you'll get both of these at the same time. So then you can call in your counter and throw in your Care Package, and they won't know where your Care Package is coming down. You get your Care Package, say it's crap, boom, you re-roll it with Engineer. Really good setup. Now, if you're planning to run an objective-based game mode, really good setup is Sentry Gun, Guardian, and UAV. You don't want to run Care Package on an objective-based game mode for this one reason. It will slow you down. Because say you're out there, you're killing a bunch of people, oh, I just got my Care Package, I died, I respawn, I'm away from the objective, let's throw it down. That's time you should be getting back to the objective and making sure it's defended. Let's say you didn't die, you just got it, you threw it, now there's a Care Package by the objective. Now, enemies, if they overtake the objective and now they're there, they got a free freaking Care Package. Not worth it. Care Package, bad in an objective-based game mode. UAV, Counter UAV, Guardian, Sentry Gun, very good. Hellstorm Missile, honestly, guys, don't run it. It's not honestly that good. Lightning Strike is way better because Hellstorm Missile takes a very long time to detonate and come down. People can avoid it, jump out of the way, even shoot it out of the sky. I made a video on that. Lightning Strike, very hard to get out of the way. Very good, very worth it. Death Machine and War Machine, not worth it at all. Do not run it. It is not worth it. They're both crap for me personally. AGR and Stealth Chopper, pretty decent. They're both pretty good at holding down places. I will recommend those kill streaks. Orbital VSAT, once again, if you're actually a half-decent player and you think you can get an Orbital VSAT, run it. It is a very good kill streak. I find it to be the best kill streak in the game. Escort Drone, I'd rather have the AGR. EMP system, I run sometimes Sentry Gun, Orbital, and EMP whenever I'm playing objective-based game mode, just to help out my team a little bit more. But if you don't think you can get that high, don't run it. Warthog, I unlocked it to try it. Personally, I don't like it. I'd rather have AGR or Lone Star. VTOL Warship, do not run. Honestly, I find it to be not worth the kill streak, along with the K9 and Swarm. K9 only gives you 5 points for score, so you won't really loop anything, and it might just get you a couple kills, and people can just shoot the dogs. Honestly, it's not worth it at all. Swarm is kind of a mixed conclusion for one reason only. Only because the Swarm goes everywhere, and I've died personally. Every single time I call my Swarm, I probably died from it, because for some reason the Swarm also attacks me. I'm not saying, they solely attack you, but I've been sideswiped a couple times from my Swarm. Say, you're running up to an enemy, you get into a gunfight, and a Swarm was diving in for that enemy, and after you kill him, now you're blood red, boom, it blows up and kills you. Swarm is kind of controversial, and since it is a high-end kill streak, I honestly wouldn't recommend it. Just run either, if you're planning to run a high-end kill streak, Lone Star is probably honestly your best option out of these three. Believe me, I've run them a lot. But yeah, guys, I do believe that kind of covers our whole setup there for the score streaks and everything in the crate class. So like the video if you liked it, or if you found it helpful. Subscribe to me if you want to see more of my videos, and don't forget to tell your friends about me, because who wouldn't want to win $20? I'm Monkey Dragon. That's all I got, guys. Peace.